General imposed an agreement. Whatever the state of play between the different denominations at that time, so should it remain forever. An Armenian ladder which stood on the balcony in 1848 hasn't been moved for more than 140 years. The courtyard in front of the church was given to the Greeks, the steps from the courtyard to the Catholics. But there have been arguments for years over the bottom step. Is it a step or is it a continuation of the courtyard? In 1920, 2 monks were killed in a riot over this issue. Inside the church, the story is much the same.
In order to be able to live together, we had to divide up the church between the communities. For example, the floor that we are standing on right now, it's jointly owned and jointly maintained by the 3 communities. The 3 communities that have rights in the Holy Sepulchre, the Greek Orthodox, the Roman Catholic, and the Armenians. Okay? The floor up to the point where the marble begins is jointly owned. Where the marble is, it's owned by the Roman Catholic Church. And the area beyond to the east there is owned by the Greek Orthodox. Okay, this, the pillars we see over here, they are owned by the Greek Orthodox, but this particular pillar is half owned by the Roman Catholic and half by the Greek Orthodox. And we repair it, we fix it diagonally, half of it belongs, let's say, to the Roman Catholics and half to the Greek Orthodox, and maintained by the equal parts by the 2 churches, the 2 communities. Every stone, every nail, every candle is accounted for and belongs to different communities.
There are at least 7 different Christian denominations in and around the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. The pressure for space is so great and the desire is so strong that there is even a group living on the roof. These buildings perched on top of the church house Jerusalem's Ethiopian clergy. They claim to be the oldest religious community to have lived continuously in Jerusalem, dating back 3 millennia to the days when the Queen of Sheba came to the city to seduce King Solomon. But the Ethiopians are the weakest of the Christian groups. Their deeds, which allowed them to pray in the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, were destroyed in a fire 300 years ago. They've been banished from praying inside ever since.
In our services, every day, we have prayers for the unification of all the Christians in the world. Unfortunately, it seems that we are not really interested for unity in the church. We just talk about it, but we are not really interested, because if we were really interested, we'd find ways to get closer.
Such is the power of faith. The closer you come to God, the harder it is to share Him. The high point of the Jerusalem Easter is the ceremony of Holy Fire. More than 5,000 pilgrims have packed the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. They hope to witness a miracle. They believe that at exactly 1 o'clock, a plume of holy fire will descend from heaven and will appear within the tomb of Christ. For over 1,000 years, the faithful have gathered here on Easter Saturday to witness this ancient ritual. But no one knows for sure if the fire will come again.
Όπως μας λένε, είναι ένα φως που βγαίνει από πάνω και σε όλους και αυταίνουν τα κεριά μόνα τους. Και η εικόνα.
εικόνα του Χριστού Ανάσταση.
Και εσύ το ξαναείδες, αυτοί τα ξαναείδες.
Πέρσι δεν είδα μία ακριβώς.
Αυταίνουν όλα τα καντήλια μόνα τους, χωρίς να τάψει κανένας. Δεν είναι θαύμα? Είναι το μεγαλύτερο θαύμα που μπορεί να γίνει. Γιατί δεν βγαίνει σε άλλες φυλές και βγαίνει μόνο στους Ορθόδοξους?
This is always a sensitive occasion. All of the Orthodox denominations in the church at the same time, each trying to hold its own processions. The rules of the status quo are tested to breaking point. At the moment, it's the Egyptian Copts' turn to parade through the church. But while the head of their procession has reached the tomb, the tail has run into trouble. They've overstayed their welcome at the rock of Golgotha. Punches have been thrown, and the result is mayhem. Israeli police have to move in to separate the two sides.
They tried to stop them praying, saying that time is over, good time is over. That's it. One of them, one of the Greek Orthodox, hit the bishop, and they start the clash. That's it.
But as suddenly as the violence erupted, it is gone. It is almost time for the holy fire, and the atmosphere of the church has become fevered. Through the darkness, the patriarch approaches the tomb of Christ. He alone will enter and receive the holy fire. As he disappears from view, the tension becomes almost unbearable. Will God send his fire? Slowly, the patriarch emerges from the tomb holding two flaming torches. Only he knows whether they were lit by God, but the faithful have no doubt. As the flame is passed from candle to candle, the church becomes carpeted with fire. The faithful put their hands through the flames, believing that this can do them no harm, that God will protect them. It is an event so typical of Jerusalem. Passion that tips into violence, violence that tips into ecstasy, the extremes of emotion compressed into a space too small to contain them.
before I understand anything of the conflicts of this world. I just understand that this is a place where I've been born. I love. I can play. I can do whatever I want because this is my home.
Shireen al-Araj was born in Jerusalem. As a child, her family moved to the outskirts of the city. But she continued to visit often.
Before anything else, for me